All right, straight up question for you. Are you busy or are you being productive? Are you showing up in your business the way you need to be, or are you just kidding yourself? We're going to talk about that today. What's up, my friends? Todd Falcone here. Welcome back to another episode. Today, we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects in this business, and that is getting stuff done, okay? Getting the right stuff done. I want you to ask yourself, and this is not only going to arm you very well, but it's going to help you with everybody in your organization to just kind of figure out, are people focused on the right activities? Are they doing the right stuff? Or are they just truly kidding themselves into saying, man, no, I'm super, in fact, a lot of times they'll say, oh man, I'm super busy, but busy doesn't mean productive. So I want you to first ask yourself as we get into today's episode, are you being simply busy in your business, the busy bee, doing all sorts of activities? Or are you truly being productive in your business? Okay, that's a great question to ask yourself. In fact, one question I've been teaching people for many years to ask themselves, and I do it myself. At the end of the day, you ask yourself, two ways of asking is like, what did I produce today? Like, what did I get done today that really, really mattered? That's a great question to ask yourself at the end of every day. And another way of phrasing it is, first of all, what did I produce today? Another great way of asking that question is, would I hire me? Based on how I showed up. If your business, if you were the sole employee in your business and you are the VP, the executive VP, the president, the CEO, CMO, all these different positions, and you had to be that person to get stuff done, to make the company function and run and grow and be successful, would you hire you? I think that's just such a beautiful question to ask ourselves in any entrepreneurial endeavor. And the thing about being an entrepreneur, it's like nobody's going to come and save you, man. There's nobody that's going to come along and say, hey, I'm going to lift you up. I'm going to take you out of the position that you're in. You've got to save yourself, okay? Your people have to save themselves. Now, you can teach stuff and you can help people kind of look at things differently and get things into proper perspective. But there's so many people, man, that I've worked with over the years that I've seen that they're just going through the busy work. And they're really not doing things that are producing revenue, okay? In fact, look, I have been guilty of it myself. I ain't perfect. I've got, I got days and weeks and months where I'm not on the game as much as I need to be. But I also have I have ways and methods where I can figure out, like, if I'm not on track, I can figure out quickly why I'm not on track and get back on track. So the one thing about this business, and I've taught this for many years, I've actually run accountability programs for, since 2008, however many years that is, because there are so many people in this business that get caught up in the busy activities. They're focusing on, I got to get my Facebook. Look, I'm not knocking Facebook posts. I'm not knocking Instagram, TikTok, which I'm not on, or any of these other things that are out there. But what they're doing, and here's the thing that happens, okay? This is why you want to really ask yourself, and really figure out, are you on track, or are you just doing stuff that eats up a ton of your time, okay? Where, okay, I got my Facebook posts, I got my Instagram posts, I got the TikTok stuff I got to do, I got to get my reels done, and I got to make sure I'm posting on this, and I'm posting over here, and I'm showing up in our Facebook group to respond to people in there, and all that. No, those are all parts of what we do, but it's not really the one thing, and the one thing that makes the big difference, which is exposure, invites, reach outs, presentations. That's the name of the game, and I'm very much repetitious when it comes to talking about this and teaching it, because it is the fundamental activities that help you to grow a business. And I'll give you a quick little activity, right? And it takes you no time. You take one of these, okay? You take your mobile phone, and I don't have a job, so I'm in my office from when I start the day. Like this morning, I was probably in the office at, after I got back from yoga, so I was 8:30. I was a little bit of a late start for me, but 8:30, I've been in the office since 8:30 and going. and I'll be done when I'm done. I don't have hours. I don't have 5 o'clock quitting time. There's no 9 to 5 in network marketing. But regardless of look at your work schedule, your network marketing work schedule, your entrepreneurial work schedule, and let's say you have Tuesdays and Thursdays. You got days off from your work, so those are your full network marketing days, and then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you can put 3-4 hours a night into your business after your job. I'm just using this as an example. What you do, and this is an exercise that I think will wake you up, because you need to wake up. If you're not moving forward, if you're not progressing, if you're not doing what you know you should be doing, what you want to be doing, this is an exercise that can help you kind of snap out of it. And so what you do, and this is a beautiful thing about these crazy mobile devices, is you can set alarms in your phone, and you can set multiple alarms. Like you can set alarm at 9:15 a.m. You can set one at 10:47 a.m., 1:22 p.m., 1:45 p.m. You can set as many alarms in the day as you want. And I'm not saying you need to set multiple alarms, but you could if you have a longer day. And what you do is you set the alarm, and when the alarm goes off, the alarm is a very specific trigger for you. And the alarm does this. It goes off, and right at that very moment, whatever you were doing, the alarm went off. You ask yourself this question: is what I'm doing at this very moment making me money? Is this a productive use of my time? Is this a direct contribution to creating revenue in my business? And if the answer is no, chances are you need to be shifting your activities. Honestly, if the alarm goes off and you're laying on the couch watching a Netflix movie in the middle of the afternoon, and you should be at work, or you're somehow dusting your desk or doing the laundry or doing something else when you've dedicated that time to build your business, and you're not doing it, then that's going to be a wake-up call for you, okay? Now, that's the beginning of change. The beginning of change is, and this is something I've said many times, I didn't make this up, but awareness is the first step towards creating change. I've said it probably umpteen times. I know I didn't invent that, so not claiming it. But it is. It's like, okay, so now that I'm aware, because here's the thing, you could easily lie to yourself. You can easily kid yourself into believing that you're being highly productive. And in all reality, there's no production that's happening, okay? This happens to people all the time. They're like just doing, and look, again, don't get me wrong here. I'm not knocking, doing creative, fun posts on Facebook or Instagram or wherever you might be. That's part of what we do from an attraction or a marketing standpoint to draw people into us. But that's not the key activity. And whether you're building the business mostly online and offline or mostly offline, it doesn't matter how you're doing it. The thing that matters is, who did I talk to today? Who did I expose this product to? Who did I expose this business to? Who did I invite today? And I'll tell you one thing, and this is, I don't sell this anymore. I'm certainly not offering it for sale today because I'm not selling them anymore. But what I do, and I've done this for many years, is I log all of my business building activity. Now, there's a blank sheet in this thing. And so for me personally, because I log in chronological order, that's, what happened at 8:32 and then 8:35 and then 8:47. That's chronological in order of time. Because I log every single bit of business building activity, whether it's I sent a text out to somebody, whether I called somebody, whether I emailed somebody, whether I sent a DM in Instagram, whether I Facebook messaged somebody, it is logged on this sheet. So what this does for me, this is my own personal way of helping to hold myself accountable for business building activities, because the only thing that goes on this is revenue producing activities. I don't write down, I did a Facebook post about blah, blah, blah. I don't go, I just did I just spent a half an hour responding to, or scrolling through Facebook. The only thing that goes on this thing is business building, revenue producing activities, because that is the only thing that matters. And then you got this thing in front of you in chronological order that you can kind of go back to the pages, and you look at it and you're like, oh, okay, well, I don't know, what's the date today? It doesn't matter. Well, let's call it today. It's not January, but I'll call today's January 1, right? January 1, okay, there was one call. And then the next entry is March 3rd. That's a problem. But if it's January 1, 8:02 a.m., January 1, 8:15 a.m., January 1, 8:32, 8:45, 9:15, 10:20, 11:17, da-da-da-da-da, and I'm pretty anal with my times. I actually literally do. I don't go 11, 11:10, 11:15. If I call the person 11:17, it says 11:17. Whatever. Accurate. I probably got that from my wife because she was in PR a long time ago, and I think they had to bill their clients in like 6-minute increments, if I recall correctly. So, but the beautiful thing about you creating some form of accountability into your daily life is then you literally have something that can't lie to you. And people lie to themselves all the time. And they're wondering, like, why am I not producing? Why am I not making money? Well, you aren't doing the thing that makes you money, and you're not doing the thing consistently enough to make you money. Now, here's the other part of it. There's plenty of people, maybe you, I don't know, I don't know who's watching this or listening to this if it's on podcasts. But if you're like one of those people that you're like, man, and this is so common, right? I want to show up and I want to do more, but dang, man, I just can't seem to get around to it. They don't get around to it. It's like they sit down right here because I'm at my desk right now, and then they're like sitting down, and then they get up and they go to the bathroom, and then they sit down like they're going to do something, and then they get up and then they run downstairs to get a glass of water, and then they sit down, and then they get up and then they, go do some laundry, and then they sit down and then they go make themselves a sandwich. And it's like, dude, why is it that every single time you sit down to actually do revenue producing activities, you are in avoidance procedure, like running the other direction? That is a problem. That's a common problem in network marketing. And that's not something that can be simply addressed through this exercise, okay? It can be addressed in other ways, but it can't be addressed just through that exercise. You have to figure out what the core problem is. In most cases, in a great majority of the cases, the core problem is people are significantly lacking in confidence. They're lacking in their confidence and their abilities and to engage people in conversation, and so they avoid it altogether. Or they sit around on Facebook all day long, putting up posts, hoping for something to come back to them, and they just don't really do the activity because they're scared. And there's a way through the fear, okay? There is absolutely a way through the fear. You can get through the fear. You can develop the confidence. I'm a totally different dude than I was 30 plus years ago. I was a scaredy cat. I'm not a scaredy cat anymore. I got no problems engaging anybody anywhere in conversation about whatever I'm doing. And that's because I've developed the craft. I've developed the skill sets. You can develop the skill sets. You can develop the confidence, because the one thing for sure that definitely people struggle with, the biggest one, is that confidence issue. And then it's just all the mind games that go on in here. And it's like, well, I'm not worth it, or nobody's going to listen to me, or why would anybody follow me, or what if they say no, or, all the what ifs that happen, right? And that can be solved. That can be fixed. Okay, that can be addressed. But again, this message to you today is to first and foremost give you something to work with, so you can start to go, okay, like, I know I need to be more accountable. Here's a couple of, the alarm exercise is a powerful exercise. The 2 questions that I gave you to ask yourself at the end of the day, just to check in with yourself. Check in with yourself at the end of the day. Be real with you. You can't be real with other people until you can be real with yourself. You can't be honest and in place of integrity with others until you can be in an honest place of integrity with yourself. And there's some other things. I can help you be more productive. If you know you want to be doing more, if you think you could be doing more and you're like, I want to do more, Todd, I want to produce more, I want to show up more, I want to have more confidence, I want to have more skills, then I'll give you this, you should be joining me in my next day team, okay? I run these things every quarter, depending on when you watch this, I got one starting super quick, but there'll be a link at the bottom of this particular episode on my website. So if you want to do more, I can promise you this. I run an accountability program that I've run since 2008. The whole objective of this is to get you to produce more, to get you to show up and create new habits that are going to be conducive to creating revenue, that are going to be conducive to helping you create business. So look at the dates. You'll see the start dates down below. If you happen to go to the site and you're catching this video in between or right after we start a session, you can get on the wait list for the next one. I run them consecutively every single quarter. I've done it since 2008. And I'll leave you with this, and the video on the page down below will basically say the same thing. But this program, this the longest standing group coaching program in the entire network marketing profession. There is no other coach, trainer that specifically teaches network marketing that has run a consecutive coaching and training program for as long as I have. I know that's a fact, okay? I mean, it's a pretty good thing. I feel good about that. And the reason I run it every single quarter is because it works. It works for the people that show up and actually participate in it. So if you're in a position in your life, you're like, man, I want to do more, but for whatever reason in my life, I just can't see, I just get, and I've been in this in other areas of my life, I get stuck in this circle, man, this spinning circle where I want to do and then I don't do, and then I want to do and then I don't do, and I want to do, and it's just like, when the hell am I going to get out of this? Oh God, it's terrible. It's like you get stuck in this spinning circle of like wanting to and not, and it's freaking frustrating. I've been there, okay? A-Team is what it's called. It'll help you get out of that zone. I'd love to have you. The start dates are down below. If you're on my podcast on audio, love you. You're going to want to come over here. If you're on YouTube, you're going to want to come over here as well. The details are right here on this episode. How to participate in this upcoming accountability program. ToddFalcone.com/episode 267. That's ToddFalcone.com/episode 267. Come run with me for 90 days. I can help you make big changes. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next episode.